How's it going, my chosen ones? Chosen ones, chosen ones. You all have a purpose. We all have a purpose. I have a purpose. You have a purpose. We have to continuously ask God, what is it that we're supposed to do? What is it that we are needing to do more of, right? And asking God in faith, in spirit, and asking Him every single day if you're not very sure. So I asked God, what is my purpose on this earth, right? And at first, I didn't get a full answer. Like, I didn't get an answer right away. But you start to notice when God is answering you by the things that have never happened before, right? And it'll be something that you know is righteousness and it is of God. So if it's not of God, it's bad. It's negative. It looks like the real thing, but it's not. But when you know God is talking to you about your purpose is when things are randomly happening that you know is of God. Then on top of that, like if it's somebody that you see a homeless person on the road and and they're right there. You go ahead and you speak to them. You talk to them. You give them encouragement, right? And when you start living more in what God needs for you to do, because I'm going to tell you right now, the way you're going to know what your purpose is by getting in the Bible, right? Because every single disciple, every person that was following Christ at that time in the New Testament, they wouldn't have known what their purpose was unless they followed Christ, and He is the Word. So just like the situation with Peter, right? Peter was so frustrated. He was so just irritated about, his fishing business and being a fisher, being a man that, gets fish and stuff. But he literally didn't have peace in what he was doing. When you have peace in what God is calling you to do, that's how you know that's your purpose. Because it's I think it's multiple different things that plays a part in what your purpose is, but it's all one. So it may be a branched out different categories that places and that is a part of this one purpose and topic: loving others, treating them with respect, being there for your fellow brothers and sisters, caring for those that don't care for their own selves. And if you have wisdom and knowledge, and that God gives you, you'll start to see more and more of what God is needing you to do. So Peter, he literally didn't really know what his purpose was on earth at all until Jesus arrived. And when Jesus came up, after Andrew spoke to him and was like, hey, I saw Christ. And Andrew was the first one. Peter, he's like, what is going on here? A whole bunch of fish came in. He's like, Jesus was like, go ahead and put the fish, go ahead and put the net on the side and go ahead and put it in the water. Goes and puts it in the water, and it's like a whole bunch of fish just piled over. It literally almost took the boat overboard. He said, I need you to be a fisher of men. That's what Jesus said. He said, I need you to be a fisher of men. Follow me. We cannot know our purpose unless we follow Christ. There is no way. There's absolutely no way that we can know our purpose unless we follow Christ. We know our purpose. We know our identity in Christ when we follow Christ, because He set an example. God didn't just send His Son just to sit there and see that it's cool and see His powers work. No, He did it for a cause and a reason and a purpose. There was a purpose for Jesus. There's a purpose for you. Put that in the comments. Jesus had a purpose, and so do I. Jesus had a purpose, and so do I. So that is why I am literally speaking about this, because I haven't talked about purposes yet for the chosen ones. And it's funny because I believe every single person on this earth has a purpose, even people who don't realize it yet. There's people in the world that literally don't realize. I'm talking about the ones in the world. They don't realize they have a purpose. But some people go to their death, and they have no clue what they were supposed to do because they chose to live in sin. So we all have a choice. That's why God gives us freedom. He gives us a choice to make decisions and choices. So while you're alive right now, ask God, say, hey, Lord, I need your help to figure out what my purpose is. Somebody's calling me. I need help to figure out what my purpose is. Because your purpose is going to branch out not only to the person that's inside of you, but it's going to branch out to others that are part of this purpose, that are following you. God knows exactly who's going to look to you for advice. And not to you, but in the spirit that's inside of you, the fruit that's inside of you. He knows those that are going to want to follow suit to God's ruling, covenant, statutes, and commandments. He knows those that are gonna look to you and say, "Oh wow, you have a bright light. You are shining right now. You know, you must be following Christ because of your energy alone. The light that is coming, the light that is shining within you, it's projecting outward. It's because you following Christ. You're following Christ. There is no way, again, that you can know who you are unless you have Christ. I didn't know who I was at first. Like, seriously, I was lost as they come. Lost and confused. But I realized, man, like, there has to be something more than this. There is something more than this. Say that in the comments. There is something more than this. I am here for a purpose. You are here for a reason. You're not here to just, sleep, eat, use the restroom, work, and then do it all over again. And party and club and do all this stuff. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense to me. For us to just be here and there's absolutely nothing more than all of this. So don't this car is shaking like crazy. But if you want to know what your purpose is, you have to look to Christ. That's another reason why when I started reading the Bible, I started reading Matthew first. Because Jesus was in Matthew. Jesus was in Matthew all the way down, physically and in spirit. He was still in the Old Testament, but he was considered the lamb, right? The blood of the lamb. That's why they sacrifice the lambs a lot, because of the sacrifice and giving to the Lord. But if we don't ask the Lord for assistance and guidance and help in this area of our lives, we'll be lost. You don't want to be lost. And Jesus literally is who is going to get us to having that full understanding of what our purpose is on earth. Do not go out of this world not living your purpose. That is a very terrible way to go out. I'm telling you, it's a terrible way to go out. I'm seeing that, like, right now. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, whoa, imagine laying there and you didn't do anything on earth that God needed for you to do. Building treasures on earth as it is in heaven. You build your treasures in heaven. When you do that, you're building your treasure in heaven. Period. When you do what God is needing for you to do, you're building your treasures in heaven. That will never go bad. It will never get eaten up by the mealworm. I think that's what it's called, mealworm in the Bible. But I just want y'all to see that living your purpose, there's something so much more. It's so vibrant. It's so amazing. It feels great, right? Because you're a part of something bigger than you. You're a part of something bigger than you. We are a part of something bigger than us. We are a part of something bigger than us. Instead of just caring about ourselves, we're caring about every other person, every person that we see out here that is in need of food, in need of water, in need of assistance, in need of a home, in need of prayer. Like, I prayed for a homeless man the other day, and I felt good because he started to cry. Anybody else that I prayed for did not cry. But he was right there, and God was like, go and pray for him. And I told him, I apologize, I don't have the money in cash right now, but I do have prayer. If you would like me to pray for you. And he said yes. And I knew that was God's assignment for me. You have an assignment on this earth. You have an assignment. You have an assignment. You have an assignment. So it's time to do our assignment. Do not go out of this world without living in your purpose and living the assignments that God is placing in front of you. It could be today. Hello? You could have an assignment today. You could have an assignment for tomorrow. You can have an assignment, more than one. You could have more than one assignment in a day. So live in your purpose, and there's more than this. So just remember that, y'all. I love y'all so very much. I'm picking up my daughter right now, and I gotta make sure that I am looking at what's in front of me. So, but yeah, y'all stay blessed and prosperous. This is Rachel Think Jesus, and I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.